Hi guys, welcome to this tutorial. In this session, we are going to solve question 6 from the KCSE Mathematics Paper 1, and it's to do with equation of a straight line. So we're told the line 2y plus x is equal to 1 is perpendicular to a line L. Line L passes through point 2, -1. So let me just write that clearly. Determine the equation of L in the form of y equals mx plus c, where m and c are constants. So this is our L. Line L needs to be written in this form. Y is equal to mx plus c. Now we know that is going to be the gradient, and this is going to be equal to the y-intercept. Okay, anyway, we need to know how are we going to find the gradient? How are we going to find the y-intercept? Now we have this equation of this other line which is perpendicular to L. Now if you remember, when two lines are perpendicular to each other, their gradients are negative reciprocal of one another. You can also say m1 times m2 is equals to -1, which is exactly the same thing. So what we want to do is establish what is the gradient of this other line. The other line is given as 2y plus x is equal to 1. Okay. Why don't we write it in this form? Because then we know what is m and we know the gradient for that line. The y-intercept. We don't need the y-intercept for this line because they're not going to have the same y-intercept, but we can use the gradient because we know the gradient are negative reciprocal of one another. So let's make y the subject. Okay, we're going to rearrange this. We're going to write 2y is equal to -x plus 1, and now we're going to divide by 2 throughout. We're going to get y equals to -x over 2 plus 1. So -x over 2 is the same as -half x over 2. So this can be written like this: -half x plus 1 over 2, guys. Don't forget to write 1 over 2 here. So this is equation of the other line. Now what we can see here, the gradient for this line, which is m1, is -1 over 2. We're comparing that with this general equation of a straight line, which means m2 is going to be the negative reciprocal of this one. So if this one is negative, the other gradient of the perpendicular line is going to be positive. Now reciprocal means writing it upside down. So that's going to be 2 over 1, positive 2 over 1, which is going to be just 2. So this other line, L, the gradient is 2 for that line. Now for L, we can write it like this now. We can say y is equal to, we know the gradient, 2x plus c. Okay. Now remember, we were given this point over here. That's going to help us to find c. So you just need to substitute those values in, and then you have one unknown. So I'm going to use a point that's given because this line L is going through this point. So this is L. At this point, my y is -1. So instead of y, I'm going to write -1 equals to, what's my x? X is 2. So it's 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 plus c. This is going to give me -1 equals to 4 plus c. So if you rearrange this, is going to give you c equals to -5, guys. Right, so I know the gradient for my line L and I know the y-intercept for L. Now I can go ahead and write the equation of L. So for L then, the equation of the line is y equals to 2x minus 5. And this is your final answer, guys. Thank you for watching and bye for now.